maybe not willingly, but just because there is so much chaos around, just got ignored was this group of students who go to school, and the resilience that they've shown in terms of just adjusting to the new normal is amazing. With online classes, you don't get to play with your friends, online birthday parties. It's that kind of resilience that we need to learn from.
Agri-tech, built for Bharat, climate tech, consumer tech, creative tech, ed tech, fintech, health tech, media tech, space tech. These are the 10 sectors impacting billion lives. Now, with deep understanding, our guest, Rachna Thamankar, founder of Climb, has developed a platform that provides students explore the real world of work at a very early stage. Hello and welcome to Rabai Rashi Foundation. आपका बहुत-बहुत स्वागत है रचना.
Thank you.
So please share with us with brand Rachna Thamankar and your brand Climb. Over to you.
So I am a trained biotechnology person. So I started my career in Indian Institute of Science in Bangalore, where I was working in molecular biophysics unit. Then that led to many other roles in bioscience industry. Later on, I worked in energy, I worked in finance. My last role was where I was a part of a payment solutions, network that was building vending machines in India. I think while doing all this, I was, in the weekends teaching, financial literacy to college students. This was back in Pune. So I used to go to different engineering colleges on the weekend and, just discuss finance. And I think this also came out because of the personal experience, because whether it was in a lab or whether it was in a corporate structure, what I realized is you're trained for everything else, but you're really not trained with numbers. So I'm like a self-taught, financial enthusiast, and I started teaching. I came up with interesting modules and curriculums and teaching this, and that's when I met my first, supporter, mentor, investor, who I was pitching. I was just casually telling him that, this is what I do in the weekends. And he's like, I'll back you up if you want to do it full time. And that's when my first venture, Money Learn, started. Which was a financial literacy platform for children. I also got an opportunity to teach at IIT Bombay's design school, where I teach finance. And that's where I started discussing with the faculty there as to, what it would be like to introduce different subjects that are not a part of the regular school curriculum, and we started with a pilot where we incorporated design thinking in some of the curriculum. And that's how Climb was, sort of born. We learned, the problem statements that they are struggling with. And I think all of these experiences led to Climb. And our first flagship program, which is the Future of Work Fellowship, is live. I mean, we have it every Sundays.
So that's absolutely beautiful and very inspiring, Rachna. So what are the different courses? What are the different programs Climb is offering?
So I think the primary program we've started off with is the Future of Work Fellowship. And it's a year-long sprint that teenagers, do and, learn with us at Climb. The crux of it is a student finds, a sector that she or he is interested in. And say, for example, it's a fintech is something that they are fascinated about. And then we have a set of problem statements that we have derived by speaking to a lot of startup founders in the fintech sector. And we try to solve these problems through design thinking processes. So it's a sprint. And our app, which is going to launch in the month of June, is more of a career discovery platform. And when I say career discovery, it is enabled with design thinking again. The primary mode of finding what you want to do is either by references, what your parents have to say, what your peers have to say, or then you go to a counselor, right? Unfortunately, students go to counselors even before they have an idea of what they like, or even an idea about what exists in today's job market. So we are that piece before you go to a career counselor and find out what colleges offer that. So we are that piece that helps you discover. And I believe discovery is not a journey that you can do alone. It can't be done in silos. So we have a big network of mentors, and we call them career confidants, and who specializes in that particular career.
So, Rachna, coming to the next question, tell us more about your book, Hey Careers, and also how are you devising each course?
Our book, Hey Careers, is a book that covers 100 sunrise careers across all the sectors that we just spoke about. We interviewed 100 mentors, 100 different professionals in each of these careers. And the interviews were conducted by Gen Zs. It was conducted by, one of our interviewer was in school. The other one had just finished his undergrad program, and they actually spoke to all 100 of them and asked questions, for answers that they would like to know. Most of the times we feed teenagers with information that we think they want to know. Nobody really asks them, what is it that they want. We released that in our first NEP conclave, where Dr. Shashi Tharoor was the keynote, speaker. He inaugurated it for us. We had a very rich panel: Dr. Snehal Pinto from Bryan Group, Raghav Podar from Podar Groups, and a lot of people from World Bank, Dalberg, attended the panel. The book is available on our website. We've sold more than 400 copies now, and it's going for the second print, which is really, validation that people are liking it. The crux of this print is design thinking, which we devise and build the curriculum in-house. And when it comes to specific sector, like say fintech, agri-tech, we speak to people working in these sectors to help us devise the curriculum, right? Whether it is coming up with a problem statement, whether it's connections, our fellows want to talk to people who are underbanked and served in the banking system. So now the biggest question is, where do these fellows find these people to, interview them for the sprint? So this is the bridge that we are playing, where you want access, you want to talk to people, and Climb is that solution which will help you, talk to both experts and users.
Such kind of, I would say, counselors, mentors in the market. You tell us more about the USPs of Climb and what is your reachability?
Mentorship is a very, in thing today. But what Climb is trying to do is engage a mentor for a longer sprint. Okay, it's not just the interview, it's not just the book, it's not just one Instagram live that you do with us, but it's a very long engagement with Climb and the students. Because say if a student gets comfortable with a particular mentor, it would be nice for that mentor to be around until the student makes a decision, right? So the mentorship program also takes a lot of different shapes and formats in the Climb app, whether it's the one-on-one mentorship calls that we have for our fellows, or it's an externship, or it's a shadow project, or courses that our mentors conduct, or simply to have that access when you are in doubt. Reach out to the mentor and have a chat, and we also have these family sessions where the parents, the students, and the mentors get together and hash out doubts. So I think the USP is the engagement, the longer engagement, the mentors that we actually curate who are invested in the cause.
Totally delightful. Rachna, how early is Climb starting with students? So you start from what age, which class, and also share with us some success stories of students who've actually reached to where they wanted to. Over to you.
Climb primarily works with school children, but we do have students who are in their undergrad program. Some of them in their masters, some of them in their first job. But we primarily focus on school children between 6th grade to 12th grade. And there is a different levels of intervention depending on the age group, right? Because design thinking process as such has 4-5 steps. where one is you're just observing, you're just learning, followed by research, and then you're ideating whatever you've researched, and then you're actually prototyping something, and then you're implementing it, right? So the idea is, by the time a student from class 6 to class 7 has eliminated all the confusions, all the chaos in his mind, and has a certain sense of clarity in terms of what he or she wants to pursue. I don't know if I can label it a success story, because we are, like I said, we are very early startup. We've just started our first fellowship. But for me, every instance where we've eliminated confusion for a parent or a student is that much small success that we want to count on. But there's one such instance where parent who lives in Canada reached out to us through the Future of Work Fellowship application, and wanted his child to enroll in the program, right? And one of the things was, this child was both very creative, in the sense was super interested in creative arts, at the same time was also interested in fintech. And the parent was, now how do I balance this, right? Now how do I meet creativity to fintech, and what career should my child choose? The child was really good in sketching. Okay, it was sketching, and building ideas was something that the child enjoyed. And I said, hey, you know what, fintech is a sector where user experience and user interfaces is super important, because that's what drives the product. And we all know that sector is dominated by artists, right? It's the artists who drive how people use the mobile phone, and how easy, how difficult it is to make. And then we said, why not club your artistic streaks to a fintech problem, and design something that could cater to both.
Absolutely correct. These are the aha moments which we all cherish. How can Climb help students who are actually wasting a lot of time? Talk about from 9th standard also till the 12th standard, the crucial years of education. So what do you think Climb can be an excellent value-added package for such students?
Maybe not willingly, but just because there is so much chaos around, just got ignored was this group of students who go to school. And the resilience that they've shown in terms of just adjusting to the new normal is amazing. With online classes, you don't get to play with your friends, online birthday parties. It's that kind of resilience that we need to learn from. Now, what is really important is to make sure that their mental wellness is of utmost priority, right? Because of the continuous shifting gears of exams, no exams, aggregates, no aggregates. It's this constant anxiety that these students are living in. And I have an extern working with us who's waiting for her 12th standard exams for like the longest time, and she took a break because she had her exams, but realized that the exams may not happen. She came back to work. She's like, I have to stay sane, so I have to get back to doing something. This is something that Climb can plug in, not just during COVID, where our fellowship and our like, for example, one of the things that we have on the app are these interesting live sessions, which are like 4 every weekend, which counts to about 180 sessions across the year, and varied type of people coming in and speaking. A lot of engagements in that that are similar to those. But not just during COVID. What I think we can plug in after COVID, when the world hopefully soon might get back to this normal system of schooling, hybrid schooling, assessments. I think we need to now move quickly and figure out alternatives to our assessments that we have, right? And I think that is where Climb can really plug in, because NEP is happening on one side, and then people say it's not yet implemented. But the fact that people are discussing it means it's in the horizon. It's going to happen, and the schools are preparing for the change. The schools that I have worked with are already sort of, anticipating it and changing and shifting gears. And I think Climb can be this perfect plug-in where we can bridge that gap between academia and industry, and just and also not just that. I think we can also build a larger community of students, because students don't know anyone beyond their schools. So that is what I think we are trying to build, which might enable better assessments, might enable, because we have DIY activities for every career on the platform, which ideally schools can use it as a plugin for assessments.
You also have particular programs for teachers and educationists. So tell us more about that.
What we believed is, the face of work is changing, right? And children are getting all this information from internet. Sometimes they know more than, at least when it comes to current affairs and technology, they sometimes, outwit teachers. And that's like a common thing that you get to see in schools. But I believe to prepare students for the future, it's very important for the stakeholders also to up their game, whether it's parents, whether it's teachers, whether it's the ecosystem in general. And I wanted, and teachers, I believe, are the biggest influencers in a child's life, right? And I believe we can't do it alone. As a company, so we have to have support from schools and teachers and the ecosystem. So to change the language that you speak in school with respect to the future, with respect to the jobs, with respect to aspirations, and we do the similar sprint that we do with students, but here teachers are solving for the problems that they come across, as teachers. So these are the problem statements that the teachers are solving for, because I believe the solution lies within their experience. And no matter how much we can put in ideas, it's the user that has to come up with solutions.
We would request all parents, check your kids, how they are wasting their time, get in touch with them, get in touch with Rachna personally through her LinkedIn and Instagram. Her details are available on this feed. Don't let your children waste their time at all. And I think Rachna is giving away some excellent, interesting and valuable suggestions and insights and programs. Get in touch with Climb, and Rachna, आपका बहुत बहुत thanks.